Well, today I'd like to share with you some information about one of the most successful programs I think we have going on here in McKinney ISD. At one time there was an issue regarding our completion rate here in McKinney, but I'm proud to say that our completion rate at this time is 98.6%. 98.6% of our students are completing their education here in McKinney ISD. And the state of Texas is doing quite well and making some tremendous strides in its graduation rate as well. In a study that was just released yesterday, we have the fourth highest graduation rate in the country. Among African American students, we are tied with Montana in first place as having the highest graduation rate. And among Hispanic students, we are only behind Maine. We are second in the country as far as our graduation rate among Hispanic students, and that's statewide statistics. But here locally, one of the things that I think has helped us tremendously in improving our completion rate here in McKinney is the development of our eHigh program. And I have with us here Harvey Oaxaca. He is our eHigh learning leader. And Mr. Oaxaca, would you mind sharing with us what are some things you think that has made eHigh to be so successful, and what do you see as some of the strengths of the program?
Sure. Well, thank you very much for having us here today, Dr. Kennedy. And yeah, we're very, very excited about what eHigh is. And actually what eHigh is just a program that has the most at-risk students who are most at risk of dropping out of high school are brought together and are put in an eHigh program, in a credit recovery program. And as you know, and there is an eHigh classroom in each one of the high schools. So we work together with the administration on those high school teams, with not only the administration but also the counselors. And what happens is those students who are most at risk of dropping out are put in a smaller environment. They are supported by a group of dedicated teachers. The district has given us the opportunity to support them from central office. Myself and our instructional facilitator, Gwen Benton, support all three of the high schools. But what happens is the students that are most at risk of dropping out, what happens is they get so far behind in credits, and they think that pretty soon they get in a kind of in a tidal wave of bad choices and bad mistakes. And the first thing that we do or try to do is let them know that it is possible to get their credits. Many of the kids are behind anywhere from 10 to 15 credits behind. And a lot of times, boy, those kids say, I'm so far behind, I'm never going to make it. But what happens is we tell them what reality is, and then we put them in a program that allows them to accelerate. And really the kids see it as being doable. But the main thing is that they are able to do their work on online curriculum. We use Apex, and that is a very rigorous curriculum, but it allows them to accelerate, and they get the support. Being on campus, the stigma of being at risk is not that big of a deal, because they're able to enjoy all that's going on in high school. And then all of these wonderful things put together, plus everybody patting them back in a small environment, surrounded by dedicated, loving teachers, and in a program that they can be successful in, we find just tremendous success.
Great.
Yep.
What, are we using the facility for students that aren't necessarily officially enrolled in eHigh? Do we offer some opportunities for students to catch up with their credits or take additional courses or anything?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, we have our eHigh students are enrolled a minimum of 4 hours a day for eHigh. However, we've always offered credit recovery for students who are 1 or 2 credits behind, and they just come and take a class either in one period and then go out, or they are assigned a credit recovery class and they do it outside the school day. But those are kids who are just 1 or 2 credits behind, and we're trying to prevent them at that end. But a lot of our kids, the most success we've had, are the ones who are, 5, 6, 7, 8 credits behind. So they really, really are able to catch up.
So one thing they benefit from is, there are several districts that have programs like this separate and away from a high school. But by having it in the high school, they're able to participate in all the school activities. They're able to take a career technology class if they want to. Is that correct?
Absolutely. You know, a lot of kids come to school because they may just love art, and it's art that's able to do that. When some of the classes are outside of the traditional campuses, their resources are kind of limited. I know here, even something as easy as transportation could be a problem. But by them being here on campus, they're able to take elective classes. They're able to take advantage of the transportation to and from school. Cafeteria, you know, eating in the cafeteria and just socializing in the cafeteria. Just being a part of that high school experience really has helped, and that's a great opportunity.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just so proud of what we're doing here in McKinney, and I thank you, Mr. Oaxaca, and your teachers that work in the eHigh program for what you've accomplished here.
Well, thank you for your support, and it is not only your support that helps, but it encourages the other support from the campus administration and the wonderful teachers that work with them day in and day out. Thank you again.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's make it a great week. Thank you.